You want to touch my monkey? Monkey? Touch my monkey? 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 Touch my monkey? 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 Touch my monkey? 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 Touch my monkey? You want to touch my monkey? My monkey? Touch my monkey?
Welcome back to Pirate East German Television with Sprockets.
Sprockets on MTV Music Television. It's the original Saturday Night Live skit. But,
Mike Myers, it was absolutely hilarious.
It was definitely funny. And, you know, our friend Sven, we call him Sprockets.
There we go.
Him and his buddy looked just like them back in the day.
If he had a black turtleneck and circular glasses on, you couldn't tell them apart.
Kind of did.
I know.
It was like the German thing to be, man. Yeah, back in the 80s, back in the day. That's my boy. That's
there you go. Well, welcome back to Prost the podcast with those German guys, Mike and Willie G. And, you know, my brother, we had a really, really great weekend this past weekend down at Moorline. We had the FC Bayern games. That was a fantastic event.
You know, it really was. But, you know, first things first, though. I mean, look at where we're at.
There we go.
We are in the Biergarten. We are back in Willie G's Biergarten. And this is where we're going to be most of the summer. Until either it gets like way super hot to be out here, but we still might do it anyway.
Yeah, right. Because it's like 10 degrees cooler here in the Biergarten than outside.
It definitely is.
Out in the sun. So,
and you know, as opposed to down in the Ratskeller, I actually have pretty much 5 locations that we can shoot from, and change it up a little bit. I got a fire pit, and we got the table. We got the table we're at currently. We got the couch. Maybe we can get on the couch with Mike and Willie G.
There you go. Then we can do the monkey thing again, right?
I don't think so. Not on the couch. We have to pass on that. You know, we have to leave our little banana friend downstairs down there as well. But we do have the monkey. I do have the sock monkey.
I do. Well, that's it.
We can bring him up here.
We may need to.
And we might. But hey, you know, this is I've been waiting to do it out here. This is like,
this is gold.
Man, this is gonna be great. I mean, just like when we were at Birch's Garden at the Eagle's Nest, I mean, it looks like we're green screening.
No, I know. That's what I said when we sat down and turned this on. It's, boy, that looks fake.
I know.
You know, but it's actually, you know, we're sitting in the Willie G's Biergarten here, so it doesn't get much better than that.
Well, you know, it will when the turkeys walk by, right? Or a deer. I mean, that's the thing that can happen out here at Willie G's Biergarten. There's all kinds of woodland creatures that might just walk past us.
That's it.
Maybe one day we'll have a wood cam. Right?
Right.
As we're doing our podcast, one of the cameras will just be on the bird feeders out there and watch the turkeys.
Yeah.
Just come walk along and just.
We have to interview Mr. Turkey.
And gobble, gobble, gobble. Yeah, that's right. That's what he does. You know. So anyways, so we are here in Willie G's Biergarten, and this is where we're going to stay for the foreseeable future, at least until we get back from Germany in the fall.
Right.
So this is going to be nice.
Great.
We've been planning this for a while. So
I know.
Glad we can finally execute.
It's finally not raining.
I know.
We're doing this. Yeah. It's kind of hard to sit out here in the rain. That's for sure.
I mean, we could do that. One of our sponsors here for the FC Bayern games and what's going on here in these 2 months is Polaner. And, you know, we do have Polaner umbrellas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally not like picnic table umbrellas, like big golf umbrellas,
right?
So we could technically sit out here
and do that with this.
Well,
there we go. We may have to try that.
Yeah. Well, we might just do it with our little mics and just a phone instead of all of our tech equipment, because I hate to get that stuff wet.
No, yeah, right.
But anyways, so we're going to talk today mostly about what happened last weekend. And oh my God, dude, there was nothing but praise.
Yeah.
For everybody. I mean, it was on point.
Yes, it was. It was a great event. I mean, we had a lot of people show up for the Volks March. We kicked that off at 11 o'clock.
Right.
We doubled the participation in that we've had in the past. This is only our second Volks March with Cincinnati Riverfront Volks March. Trying to get that reinstituted and back. So this is I think the first one they've done in at least a year, I believe.
Second, we did one. We did one for Arbor Day in
a couple weeks ago
with Cincinnati Parks.
Yep.
Right. So we partner with them on a few. There's a couple that are coming up later in the season that we're also partnering with them on. So we're going to have our own as well as partnering with the Parks Department, and we're going to make that happen. Get everyone get out there and get a little exercise and come drink some beer.
Yeah. Bring your dog with you too. It's a leisurely walk right along the Ohio River. And it goes down to Paycor and then all the way down to what is that? International Friendship
Park.
Yeah, Friendship Park down there, and then comes back to Moorline. So.
Yep, and I mean, if you, it's relatively flat for the most part. And there's no stairs.
No.
So I mean, no matter what, it's definitely family friendly. You can certainly take a wagon with your kids and tow them along, and if you happen to be in a wheelchair or have some,
family member,
you all could still participate. That's kind of that was one of the high points of being able to do that. It's everyone, that's what Volts March is. It's everyone gets to go.
Yeah, right. So that makes it nice.
We started off with that, and then of course they won the Bundesliga, and it was great. It was great and when it wasn't, because you had to wait till all the rest of the matches got played to get the points laid out. So we played the Saturday before and we won our match, but there was still a possibility that we'd have to go play another match before we would win. And it all depended on what happened, right? So just like for the people who follow football, if someone wins, loses, draws, it changes everything across the board, right? And so we didn't find out until Monday that they did clinch,
right?
Because there were some teams that played on Sunday, and the ones we needed to lose lost, and so come Monday morning, we were good to go. So that gave us a great celebration for the 10th anniversary of the FC Bayern fan club here in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
and they were able to do it at home in Munich, which is even more fantastic,
right?
And
they got the honor of Thomas Mueller as well.
They did, because that was he was playing his last home game because he's going to retire, and and of course we can't leave out the Baron ladies. They won as well, right? So this is a second year that's happened where they both won at the same time and were able to celebrate together. So we didn't get a lot of that video footage when we were watching it last Saturday, because they just kind of did the ceremony and ended it.
Right.
Plus we had our Bayern games that we had to do. So it was a great game.
Yeah.
We won handily.
And
then, we had Polaner there, and we had FC Bayern. We had the FC Bayern trophy. The traveling trophy was there. The FIFA trophy.
Yep.
Yeah, that was there. They had guards for that one.
Yeah, that's because it's the real one.
Well, yeah, that's not the traveling one.
Right, exactly. Right.
So they had the real one going, and we had Greg Hartman and Moorline Lagerhouse. They did a fantastic job making that front area accessible to us.
Oh yeah.
And anything we needed to make this happen, it was great, and we got everything decorated. We got it kicked off. All the teams, we were surprised. We had two fan clubs come in from Kentucky.
Yeah, we had
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis and
came
Lexington.
And then we had Lexington, Louisville, and we had one from Northern Ohio. They're not Columbus.
It's up that way, though.
It's up that way, but they're not Columbus. So, we had quite a few fan clubs. Plus, we had some representatives from the Bengals. We had some FC Cincinnati representing there and some teams for our competition. Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, everybody had a really good time, and the games. Oh my God, we have a great group of friends.
No, right? Without a doubt.
They're just in it, and they want to play, and they want to compete, and they all pretty much know how the games go, and we did the decal flip, which was the coaster flip first. And it's funny, we have to watch the video on Facebook because it's a reel and we can't put it on our podcast because it doesn't belong to us. But you can watch
it's on those German guys page, so you can check it out on there.
So you need to check that out, and you can see all the whiffs.
Yeah,
right.
But how about Greg? I mean, the record was 23 or 24?
23. He tied.
Yeah, he tied. Yeah. But I mean, Greg can flip some decals there, man.
Right.
I know.
A little backstory to that. So Greg was sitting over on the end of the bar, and he's been in the beer industry for a long, long time. And he was just sitting there flipping the decals, and the Louisville team, they were short.
Mm-hmm.
They needed a little help,
right?
So Greg stepped in, and he helped him out, which was great. I mean, he didn't have to.
Well, sure.
And so he got up there, and so he tied for the decal flip, and yeah, it was that was so much fun to watch our friends.
Oh yeah,
try to work strategy and figure out how to catch all those decals, and they all pretty much failed.
And if you're listening and you don't know what a decal is, it's kind of like a beer coaster, like the little cardboard beer coasters, like the round ones. You stack those up, and Greg had 23 of those stacked together. So
he did.
And you have to flip it, so it has to at least turn halfway over, and you have to catch them all. If you only catch part of them, that doesn't count. You have to catch all of them.
So if you watch the videos, you'll see the blowouts.
No, I know. Right?
I mean,
no doubt.
That was really good. So, so we're going to take a quick little break here and talk about our sponsors for a second. Then we'll get right back into it. So let's see if I can do this without messing it up. Let's see. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. There we go, my brother. There we go.
Okay. All right. So, because this is the FC Bayern's event, right? Mm-hmm. So they were our sponsors along with Polaner for this event and Moorline Lagerhouse. So those were our three big sponsors to help us make all of this happen for everybody. And, without them and their support, we still would have done it. It just wouldn't have been as great.
Well, sure. Right.
So that is also the nice thing that in June, when the actual team comes, they will also be our sponsors for that, and that's the whole weekend. Right. So we will all do those games again, at least twice.
Yeah.
One time at Moorline, and once again they were talking about doing it at the pitch. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah.
They want us to host them at the pitch, so we'll see if we can make that work.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
I think so.
And the other cool thing is we'll also have the human foosball for that as well.
Yes.
So that'll finally be here.
That will be here,
and that's sponsored by the German embassy.
It is out of Washington. Yeah.
So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. It's an interesting way it's set up. I mean, it's hard to explain. It's just basically there's two people. You have 5 people on a team. You have a goalie, and then there's 2 other positions that 2 people are in, and you can only go left and right, just like a foosball game. And so you're just basically trying to kick the ball past the people who are against you right there with you, and score a goal. And that's basically it. Except for it's been a big, huge blow up thing. So it'll be pretty fun.
Yeah.
So the Martin Wilhelmy is the counselor general for Cincinnati. He represents us for anything that any German citizen or and if we have any issues like getting over to Germany or whatever, we could go to Martin and he could help us out. So he's been a big part of this as well. So I want to give it a shout out to Martin.
Oh yeah.
So
Prost, Martin.
Prost, my brother. trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So, GCI is definitely the way to go.
Yeah. So we can shop your insurance with multiple carriers. So give us a call.
Right. That's right. So I think we lost the mic there for a little while. So hopefully it wasn't too long because we're not gonna
right, exactly.
Not gonna start it over now. So we'll have to see how bad that came out. So and being the engineer is not always.
It's always tough, man. Trying to do two jobs, hosting and running the board at the same time, man. That's why you have usually a separate engineer.
Just try to throw some graphics up there. So
that's all right. That's all right.
See if we can throw something else up here. Switch off and see. There we go. Yeah, well, trying to learn this program too. I mean, it's just there's no for dummies on this. I mean, you got to figure out how it works. I mean, it's a great program. I'm glad we have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it is definitely a work in progress.
Yep.
It's only going to take what? No, 30 or 40 videos.
Yeah, right. to get it right.
Before he quit dropping the mic out. Yeah.
But then a couple other sponsors you want to talk about. We got Mercedes-Benz of Westchester.
Yep.
Go see my buddy over there, Andreas Burkett. He'll hook you up with a new Mercedes ride, or they also have pre-owned Mercedes that you might like that too. So go check that out.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we have Bavaria Trockton. We're actually wearing the Bavaria Trockton shirt here. So check them out online. They got really good lederhosen and Trockton that you can get, and the price is really good on their stuff.
They are.
And it's quality items too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they come from Germany, so that's you can't get any better than that.
Yeah. Then of course we got Moorline Lager House. Thanks to Greg and his staff down there for hosting us and letting us put on all these different wonderful events down there at the Lager House. It's a great venue, and it's right there on the river, and we're downtown, and that's the place to be, my brother. That's for sure.
It is definitely the place to be. Of all the places that we put on shows, I had to really say this is one of the best places, totally, for what we want to do.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So, well, I guess we could wrap this one up.
Yep.
Put it in the can and
put a bow on it, and that's it.
And hopefully we didn't lose too much mic and didn't lose too many people waiting for it to come, the mic to come back in. So
check us out next time. So as we always say, Willie G, come for the beer, stay for the Gemütlichkeit. And we will see you next time.
Prost. Oh, Scheiße.
Scheiße.